Most people believe that in order to be valued, they need to speak louder, prove themselves, or constantly seek attention. But the truth is, the most respected people in history did the exact opposite. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who commanded respect the moment they entered a room? They didn't have to raise their voice. They didn't have to prove anything, yet everyone noticed them. What made them different? It wasn't their words, but their presence. In today's world, where everyone fights to be seen and heard, many unknowingly lower their value. They talk too much. They overshare. They try too hard to impress. And in doing so, they push respect further away. But here's the paradox. The more you chase approval, the less you get it. The more you stay silent and grounded, the more people value you. This is the power of Stoic confidence, a quiet strength that draws others in, not through words, but through presence. In this video, I'll share 9 silent actions inspired by Stoic philosophy that will make people respect you without you ever needing to chase their attention. These actions will help you command presence effortlessly, cultivate inner strength that speaks louder than words, project silent power that makes people take notice, master nonverbal influence to gain respect in any situation. These aren't just theories, they're real, practical shifts you can apply today to transform how others see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. And the best part, the final action in this list is the most powerful of all. So stay until the end to learn how to implement it in your life. Now let's begin. Number 1. Speak less, observe more. Most people believe that the louder they speak, the more others will respect them. But the truth is, the most powerful individuals don't need to talk excessively. They let their presence and actions speak for them. In a world filled with noise, true confidence comes from silence. Speaking less and observing more allows you to understand people on a deeper level, to recognize their true intentions beyond their words. Those who master this principle naturally command more respect. They don't waste energy trying to prove themselves. Instead, they listen, they analyze, and when they finally speak, people pay attention. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple yet profound truth reminds us that wisdom comes not from talking, but from listening and learning. When you observe more, you start to notice patterns, how people behave when they think no one is watching, how they respond under pressure, and whether their actions align with their words. This ability to read between the lines gives you an advantage in every aspect of life, from relationships to leadership to personal growth. Imagine you're in a conversation. Most people feel the need to fill every silence with words, fearing that quiet moments are awkward. But a person with Stoic confidence embraces silence. Instead of rushing to speak, they pause. They let others talk first. They observe tone, body language, and unspoken emotions. And here's what happens next. People start revealing more than they intended. They feel the need to justify themselves. They try to impress. Meanwhile, the one who remains silent holds the real power. This principle applies to every situation. In negotiations, the person who speaks less often holds the upper hand. In leadership, those who listen before they act are seen as wise and composed. In relationships, being an active listener makes you more attractive and respected. If you want to cultivate silent power, start by resisting the urge to respond immediately in conversations. Instead, take a breath, pause, Listen fully before formulating your response. This simple habit will change the way people perceive you. Another practice is to ask yourself, do I really need to say this? Many words are spoken out of habit, not necessity. A person who speaks less, but with purpose, makes every word matter. When you reduce unnecessary speech, what you do say carries weight. This shift also helps you master emotional control. Seneca once wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." When you slow down, you avoid speaking in frustration or saying things you later regret. You gain control over your words, your emotions, and ultimately, your life. People respect those who are composed, those who listen, those who don't feel the need to constantly prove themselves. The moment you embrace silence, you project inner strength, a quiet, unshakable presence that draws people in. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, make it a habit to pause before responding in every conversation. Observe more. Speak only when necessary, and notice how people react. Master this, and you'll not only elevate your communication skills, you'll cultivate a presence that commands respect without a single wasted word. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me as we uncover the next silent action that will transform how others perceive you, and more importantly, how you perceive yourself. Number 2. Master your body language. Words can lie, but the body never does. Before you even speak, people have already judged you, your posture, your eye contact, the way you carry yourself. These silent signals reveal more about your confidence, strength, and self-respect than any words ever could. A person with Stoic confidence doesn't need to prove their worth through speech. They command respect through their presence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What you feel inside, whether it's insecurity or strength, will be reflected in your body language. If you want others to respect you, you must first embody that respect within yourself. Think about the last time you saw someone who exuded quiet confidence. They didn't rush, they didn't fidget, they didn't try to impress. Instead, they moved with a sense of purpose. Their presence was undeniable. This is nonverbal influence. To apply this, start with your posture. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin slightly up. A straight but relaxed stance signals inner strength and calm authority. Slouching, crossing your arms, or constantly shifting your weight signals insecurity and hesitation. Next, master eye contact. Avoiding eye contact makes you appear uncertain or submissive, but staring too intensely can feel aggressive. Instead, maintain steady, relaxed eye contact. It shows that you are engaged, present, and unafraid. Your gestures should be purposeful, not frantic. Slow, controlled movements indicate self-assurance. Fidgeting, tapping, or excessive hand gestures reveal nervousness. The Stoics believed in self-control, not just of words but of movement. Seneca once wrote, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value." If you value yourself, it will show in the way you hold yourself. A composed, controlled posture reflects a mind that is disciplined and at peace. Imagine walking into a room where you know no one. Instead of shrinking into the background or nervously filling space with words, you simply take your time. You move deliberately, you observe, and when you do speak, your voice is calm and measured. That's silent power. This shift doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. Studies show that adopting a strong posture can actually increase feelings of confidence and reduce stress. The mind and body are connected. If you look strong, you feel strong. So here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, be mindful of your body language. Walk with purpose. Hold your head high. Make eye contact. Speak with presence. Notice how people respond to you differently. True respect isn't demanded, it's projected. Master this, and you'll carry yourself with an aura of strength that commands attention without saying a word. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will transform how people treat you in ways you never expected. Number 3. Control your reactions. Imagine someone insults you. They call you names, question your intelligence, or try to provoke a reaction. Most people would lash out, argue, or feel the need to defend themselves. But a person with Stoic confidence does something different. They remain calm. They don't take the bait. They don't let someone else's words dictate their emotions. Because here's the truth. If you are easily provoked, you are easily controlled. Seneca once said, "A raging fire quickly burns out if no fuel is added." When you react impulsively, you give others power over you. But when you remain composed, you take back control. The Stoics believed that external events don't disturb us. Our reactions do. We don't control what happens to us, but we do control how we respond. And in that response lies our power. Think about this in your own life. Maybe a co-worker criticizes your work. Maybe a driver cuts you off in traffic. Maybe someone ignores your message and you feel disrespected. Your first instinct might be anger, frustration, or even anxiety. But ask yourself, will this reaction help me, or am I just feeding the fire? Now imagine a different scenario. Instead of reacting emotionally, you pause. You take a deep breath. You observe the situation objectively. You recognize that their words, their actions, have nothing to do with you. They are simply revealing who they are. And just like that, you reclaim your peace. This ability to stay unshaken is what separates the strong from the weak. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you control your reactions, you gain silent power, a quiet, unshakable presence that commands respect. How do you apply this? Start with small moments. The next time something frustrates you, pause. Instead of reacting immediately, count to 3. Breathe. Observe your emotions without acting on them. If you feel the urge to defend yourself, ask, does this situation truly require my energy? In most cases, it doesn't. This practice doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means mastering them. You acknowledge your feelings, but you don't let them control your actions. Over time, this makes you stronger, more disciplined, more in control of your own life. And people will notice. They'll see you as someone who can't be rattled, someone who moves through life with inner strength and confidence. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, observe your reactions. When something irritates you, pause. Don't respond right away. Just breathe and let the moment pass. See how much calmer, more powerful, and more in control you feel. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will take your ability to command respect to an entirely new level. Number 4. Be comfortable with silence. Most people fear silence. They rush to fill every quiet moment with words, as if silence is something to be avoided. But a person with Stoic confidence understands a deeper truth. Silence is not a weakness, it's a weapon. In a world where everyone competes to be the loudest, the one who remains silent holds the real power. When you are comfortable with silence, you radiate silent power. You show that you are not desperate for validation. You are not seeking approval. You are simply present. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Many people fear silence because they fear judgment. They worry about what others think. They feel an urge to prove themselves. But the Stoic remains still, knowing that external opinions do not define them. Silence is not empty. It is full of presence. It forces people to listen. It makes them notice you. Imagine a conversation where someone keeps talking, explaining, justifying. Then imagine someone who listens, pauses, and speaks only when necessary. Who do you think commands more respect? People who can't handle silence reveal their insecurity. They blurt out unnecessary words. They over-explain. They try to impress. But the one who can sit comfortably in silence, that person projects inner strength. They don't need to prove anything. This applies to all areas of life. In negotiations, the person who speaks less has the advantage. In relationships, the one who listens deeply builds stronger connections. In leadership, those who remain composed in silence earn the most respect. If you want to cultivate nonverbal influence, practice letting silence do the work. The next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to respond immediately. Pause. Let the silence settle. Watch how people react. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. That's normal. But over time, you'll notice something powerful. People will lean in. They will take your words more seriously. They will respect your presence. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, embrace silence. Speak less. Let others fill the gaps. Notice how it shifts the dynamic in your conversations. True confidence is not in how much you say, but in how much you don't need to say. Master this, and you will command a presence that is both unshakable and undeniable. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will change the way people see you forever. Number 5. Set boundaries without explanation. Not everyone deserves access to your time, energy, or attention. But too often, people feel the need to justify themselves when they set a boundary. They over-explain, they apologize, they try to soften the impact. A person with Stoic confidence does none of that. They set boundaries without guilt, without explanation, without needing approval, because they know one simple truth: saying no is enough. Seneca once wrote, "Associate only with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." The process is mutual, for men learn as they teach. Not everyone adds value to your life. Some people drain your energy, disrespect your time, or take advantage of your kindness. And yet, many struggle to walk away because they fear conflict, they fear judgment, they fear being seen as selfish. But here's what the Stoics understood. Your boundaries are not for them, they are for you. A boundary is not a negotiation. It is a simple decision about what you will and will not tolerate. And the most powerful boundaries are not spoken, they are acted upon. Consider this. If someone constantly cancels plans last minute, you don't need to argue or demand an explanation. You simply stop making plans with them. If a person disrespects you, you don't need to explain why it's unacceptable. You distance yourself. If someone crosses your limits, you don't owe them a debate. You walk away. This is silent power. The moment you stop explaining yourself, people start taking you seriously. They realize that your time is valuable, your presence is a privilege, and your energy is not to be wasted. Setting boundaries without explanation is not about being cold or distant. It's about self-respect. It's about knowing that you do not need external validation to stand by your decisions. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The same applies to boundaries. Don't argue about what you deserve. Enforce it. If you want to cultivate inner strength, start by practicing this. The next time you need to say no, say it with confidence. No explanations, no justifications, just a calm, firm response. And then, watch how people respect you more. This is Stoic teachings today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will redefine the way you interact with the world. Number 6. Let actions speak louder than promises. Words are easy, promises are effortless, but actions reveal the truth. Most people rely on words to convince others of their worth. They make big claims. They say they'll change, that they'll improve, that they'll follow through. But more often than not, their actions don't match their words. A person with Stoic confidence never wastes time proving themselves through empty talk. They simply do. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This is the foundation of silent power. A Stoic doesn't need to announce their plans, justify their decisions, or seek approval through promises. They let their actions speak for them. Think about someone you truly respect. Is it because they said they were honest, disciplined, or reliable? Or is it because they showed it time and time again? People trust actions, not words. And those who act with consistency, discipline, and integrity earn respect effortlessly. Imagine two people applying for the same job. One talks endlessly about their skills, their experience, their ambition. The other calmly presents their track record, projects completed, challenges overcome, results delivered. Who do you think earns more respect? This principle applies to every area of life. In relationships, trust is built not by promises, but by consistency. In leadership, influence comes not from grand speeches, but from leading by example. In personal growth, transformation doesn't happen through declarations, it happens through daily discipline. If you want to cultivate inner strength, stop making promises you don't need to make. Instead, prove yourself through silent, steady action. Show up, follow through, be consistent, and most importantly, do it without seeking recognition. Seneca once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This is what separates those who merely talk about greatness from those who live it. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, resist the urge to announce your plans. Don't tell people what you're going to do. Just do it. Let your actions build your reputation, not your words. Master this, and you'll notice something powerful. People will start taking you more seriously, not because you demanded respect, but because you earned it. This is Stoic teachings today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will transform how people perceive your presence in ways you never imagined. Number 7. Stay unaffected by praise or criticism. Most people live in constant reaction to others' opinions. If they receive praise, they feel validated. If they face criticism, they feel rejected. Their self-worth rises and falls based on external voices, leaving them constantly vulnerable. A person with Stoic confidence operates differently. They do not seek approval, nor do they fear disapproval. They remain steady, unmoved by praise and unaffected by criticism, because they understand a simple truth: neither defines them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. What others think of you is beyond your control, and to let external opinions dictate your inner peace is to give away your power." A Stoic does not chase compliments, nor do they crumble under insults. They stay focused on what truly matters, their own principles and actions. Think about it. How many times have you felt great because someone praised you, only to feel terrible when someone else criticized you? If your sense of worth depends on outside opinions, you will always be at their mercy. Now imagine another way. Imagine living in a state where you acknowledge praise but do not depend on it, where you hear criticism but do not let it shake you, where your sense of value comes from within, not from fleeting opinions. This is silent power. It is the ability to stand firm in who you are, whether people admire you or attack you, to remain centered, calm, and in control, no matter what others say. Seneca once wrote, "The person who seeks praise has already condemned himself." Why? Because seeking praise means you have made your self-worth conditional, and the moment you depend on it, you become controlled by it. So how do you practice this? Next time someone praises you, accept it with a simple nod, but do not let it inflate your ego. Next time someone criticizes you, reflect on it. If there is truth, learn from it. If there is none, let it pass. Either way, remain unaffected. This shift will change how people see you. They will notice that you do not need validation, that you are steady, unshaken, and self-sufficient. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, observe how you react to both praise and criticism. Instead of feeling elated or defensive, stay neutral. Let neither lift you too high nor pull you too low. Master this, and you will move through life with an inner strength that commands true respect. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will make you even more unshakable in the face of any challenge. Number 8. Cultivate an aura of mystery. The less people know about you, the more they want to know. Most people reveal too much. They overshare their thoughts, their plans, their emotions, thinking this will bring them closer to others. But in reality, it does the opposite. A person with Stoic confidence understands that mystery is power. The Stoics believed in self-restraint, not just in emotions, but in words. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors, unless with a view to some mutual benefit." The same applies to how much you share about yourself. When you withhold unnecessary details, when you don't explain every move, when you allow silence to fill the gaps, people pay attention. They wonder, they respect you more, because what is rare is valuable, and mystery creates rarity. Think about the most intriguing people you know. Are they the ones who tell you everything about their lives? Or are they the ones who leave parts of themselves unexplained? This is silent power. A Stoic does not broadcast their struggles or victories. They move with quiet certainty, letting actions speak for themselves. Their presence alone commands attention, not because they demand it, but because they do not seek it. This does not mean you become distant or cold. It means you are intentional with your words. You choose what to reveal and when. You don't rush to explain yourself. You don't seek validation through oversharing. Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." When you cultivate mystery, you create space for growth, both for yourself and for how others perceive you. So how do you apply this? Start by saying less. The next time someone asks about your plans, respond with confidence, but without full disclosure. The next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, resist it. Let people wonder. Let them come to their own conclusions. And most importantly, let your presence be your voice. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, practice restraint. Speak with purpose. Hold back from revealing everything. Notice how the energy around you shifts. Master this, and you will not just be seen, you will be remembered. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will elevate your presence to an entirely new level. Number 9. Walk away when necessary. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every argument deserves a response. Not every person deserves your energy. A person with Stoic confidence knows when to engage and when to simply walk away. Many people stay in situations that no longer serve them, whether it's a toxic relationship, a pointless argument, or a place where they are no longer valued. They hold on because of fear of judgment, fear of what others might say, fear of the unknown. But a Stoic understands that true power comes from letting go of what you cannot control. Walking away is not weakness. It is silent power. It is the ability to choose where you invest your energy without seeking permission or approval. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always have the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul." In other words, you do not have to engage with everything that demands your attention. You do not have to respond to insults. You do not have to participate in drama. You do not have to stay where you are not valued. Walking away does not mean giving up. It means recognizing when something no longer aligns with your values. It is an act of inner strength. Think about a time when you argued with someone who had already made up their mind. Did it change anything? Did it bring you peace? Or did it only drain you? Now, imagine if you had simply walked away. Imagine if you had chosen peace over proving a point. That is nonverbal influence at its highest level. The ability to command respect not through force, but through self-control. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." And there is nothing braver than choosing yourself over situations that do not serve you. How do you apply this? The next time you feel the urge to argue, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, let it go. If a situation is draining you, step back. If a relationship no longer brings value, distance yourself without explanation, without drama, without regret. Master this, and you will notice something powerful. People will respect you more, not because you fought for their approval, but because you showed that you do not need it. This is Stoic Teachings Today. Stay with me, because the next silent action will deepen your ability to command respect effortlessly. Throughout this video, we explored the power of Stoic confidence, the ability to command respect, not through words, but through presence. We learned how speaking less and observing more allows you to see the truth in people, how mastering your body language projects silent authority, how controlling your reactions shields you from manipulation, how embracing silence, setting boundaries, and letting your actions speak louder than promises make you unshakable. We also saw the strength in staying unaffected by praise or criticism, the power of cultivating mystery, and perhaps the most important lesson, knowing when to walk away. These are not just strategies, they are ways of life. They are the foundations of silent power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The world will always try to pull you in different directions. People will test your patience. Situations will try to provoke a reaction, but the one who masters himself masters everything. Now the question is, how will you apply this? You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Today, choose one silent action and make it part of your daily life. Maybe it's pausing before you speak. Maybe it's standing tall with purpose. Maybe it's walking away from something that no longer serves you. Every step matters. Because the moment you stop chasing validation and start embodying inner strength, people will notice. Respect will follow, and you will carry yourself with a quiet confidence that is impossible to ignore. If you found this video valuable, consider subscribing to Stoic Teachings today for more insights on Stoicism and self-mastery. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these silent actions do you struggle with the most? Leave a comment below. I read every one. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic.